Hey there everybody, it's another week of WCW 2001 as we're at Clash of the Champions 2002 pay-per-view time, so let's get rolling. So we start things out on the pre-show as we're at the Intrust Bank Arena in Kansas with a tag match involving our women, and it's Beth Phoenix and Jordan Cole, defeating Gail Kim and Lexi James in 10:05 when Cole defeated Kim by submission. 48D plus, so not too bad. And of the women in the match, Gail Kim was the best with a 49, and Beth Phoenix had a 35. But, not too bad for people who aren't really that over yet, especially in this area. Then we had a 10-man tag to make sure people weren't too upset about being left off the main show. So Norman Smiley, Noble, Yang, Konnan, and Tajiri defeated Chavo, Johnny Swinger, Mike Sanders, Rick Steiner, and Terry Funk in 15:29 when Konnan made Swinger submit with a ziplock. 58 C-, it was a match. And then finally, in our last pre-show match, America's Most Wanted got the win over 3 count, Elo Skipper and Romeo and the Mamalukes in 11:58. And yeah, 47D. So again, nothing too great here. Storm and Harris are already flirting with 50, so that's good. So on to the actual show, so let's get rolling. So we had an opening segment with basically, I forgot, oops, well, that's unfortunate. Anyway, we had an opening video with Kanyon, O'Hare, Sting, Helms, Booker, also in RVD and Vampiro, basically going over the main feuds as we're heading to the pay-per-view. This got a 78B. Probably would have been better if Booker had been set off screen, but what can you do? So anyway, we start off the show with Kaz making Jason Jett submit in 8:35 with the Kaz mission. I already knew these guys didn't click, but I still wanted to blow off the little feud they've been having. So Kaz makes Jett submit, gets the win, 56 C-. And then afterwards, Kaz keeps the hold on, then walks away, 57 C-. Next up, we've got Air Raid and Silver City Rollers, and Air Raid beats Silver City Rollers when Air Paris defeats Cash by pinfall, so finally giving Air Paris a win. And this actually gets a 72 B-, mainly off Cash, Paris, and Styles, and Reno was well there. And then Air Raid celebrates, that gets a 59C. Next up, we've got Billy Kidman getting the win over Finlay in 9:43 with the Kid Crusher, which, in case you forgot, was like the Tomazaki or the Unprettier, or just that move. Anyway, 72 B-, and yeah, Kidman's solid heel. And then basically what happens after the match is Mysti comes in, stomps on Finlay crotch, because she's an evil bitch heel, and then she makes out with Kidman on top of him, Finlay. And that gets a 66 C+. Next up, we've got a tag match where Jindrak and Statsiak defeat DDP and Luger in 7:51, when Jindrak basically gets the quick pin on Luger with the Mark of Perfection. That's interesting that DDP and Luger showed excellent chemistry. That'd be good if Luger wasn't basically useless. Anyway, DDP gets an 80, Luger gets a 56, Statsiak gets a 60, Jindrak gets a 63, and match gets a 75 itself, because DDP did carry things. And then basically after the match, Jindrak and Statsiak beat down DDP and Luger. Well done, Marie, basically directs traffic, and that's a 72 B-. Next up, we've got a really good match, actually a shockingly good match, as Lance Storm defeats Chuck Palumbo in 14:08, basically after cheating. And yeah, just a solid win for Storm to put him over. And afterwards, Storm celebrates. That's a 66 C+, because of course it does. Then basically we have our, a thing to basically set up, the beginning of the women's division, officially. So basically Lexi James debuts, she does her whole heel gimmick, basically, and then Jordan Cole comes out, she's dressed in beachwear, she, basically shoots back at Lexi, says, she should have respect for the great WCW fans. They get an argument and almost get in a fight, but WCW officials break them apart. 50D+, not too bad, because again, these, they've never been on TV. Then basically we've got in a tag match, Kevin Nash and Savage defeating Scott Steiner and Ric Flair 9:51 when Savage pins Steiner by pinfall. Basically at the end, Ric Flair just walks out on Steiner, woos goodbye, and sooner than later, Steiner falls to the numbers game, 72 B-. Steiner and Flair had no chemistry, and also Nash and Savage don't work well as a team. Wow. Okay, that's interesting. Just nobody worked with anybody. Okay. And then afterwards, Nash and Savage basically celebrate and do a 2-sweet, and that gets a 96 A-star. Because these guys are really over. Then next up, we've got Shane Helms defeating Sting by pinfall in 11:31 with the... See, that's not... No. Well, actually, I can actually see that as... That's actually a solid finish. Anyway, Helms and Sting in 11:31 with pinfall with the vertebraker following interference from Sting. From Vampiro. From Lestat and Gigantes, basically, like, Gigantes runs in, does interference, Sting fights back, and then, the Deadpool come down, and they actually also beat down Sting. And then finally, Helms gets the pin after hitting the vertebraker. Really solid match, and again, probably, I believe, let's see here, yeah, it was hurt for basically, cap for short match length, and probably due to the booking here. So actually, if this was probably done for a little longer, it probably could have got like a high 80s or like a mid 80s or like a low 80s. But it still gets 74 B minus, which isn't bad at all. And then basically, Helms and Vampiro have a stare down. Helms simply shrugs, nods, and then takes Sting's bat with him. That gets 98 A-star. Then we got our tag title match where Jarrett and Douglas get the win over Wright and Ray Jr. in 1957 when Jarrett pinned Wright by pinfall with a stroke after interference from Ric Flair. So Jarrett and Douglas make defense number 1 of their tag titles. This gets a 77B. And then afterwards, we've got an old school Horseman beatdown where Flair, Joanie, Jarrett, and Douglas just do a beatdown to Wright and Ray Jr. And this gets an 83B+. Just to sort of set up that, okay, Flair had his fun for a month or two. The Horsemen are back together again. And then we've got Booker T going over Mike Awesome in 12:31 by pinfall with the Harlem Hangover. So just a straight head clean win for Booker to build him back up. 76 B minus, so that's not bad at all. And then afterwards, Booker T celebrates. That gets an 86 B plus. And then we've got, this is an awesome match. Oh, I forgot RVD and Vamp have a good chemistry. Okay. So basically we have Vamp pinning RVD in 15:10 by pinfall with the only Coffin to win the title. And that came after interference from Lestat. And we also had interference from Morningstar, who is Christopher Daniels, under a new gimmick. And then we also had, finally, of all people, Mysti run down and, hit the Crucifix Powerbomb. And then that allows Vampiro to hit the nail in the coffin to get the win. So 85B plus, a really good match. And then afterwards, just a total destruction of RVD. Just, Morningstar hits the Angel Wings, or whatever I'll rename it. Lestat hits his Impaler. Macias hits Crucifix Powerbomb, and then they just all walk away while RVD gets, medical attention. 89A. Then we have Kanyon's entrance. It's 100 A-star. Then in the main event, well, okay. Yeah, probably, oh well. Anyway, Kanyon defeats Shawn here by pinfall in 13:58 with the flatliner. So basically, Kanyon probably cheats, but in the end, he hits his finisher and he gets the win. 79B. Kanyon is getting a 90 friggin' 3 because he's great. And then basically we end the show. Kanyon was Joanie celebrating. Booker comes out basically to stare him down, basically setting up maybe possibly a rematch. And then out of nowhere, Jarrett, Douglas, and Flair run down, and then we've got another old school Horseman beat down the end of the show, 100 A-star. This is really just the basically reset the Horsemen as the top heels. We had our fun with Flair feuding with Nash and Savage, but now he's back where he belongs with Jarrett and Douglas for tag champs and the new world champion Kanyon. So we end the show, and yeah, 81B. Okay. So not the greatest show, but a really solid show. So let's give Kanyon some props for being great. Let's give Sting some props. And also let's give Rob Van Dam some props. and everybody is very happy. Let's see, with the month changing over, if anything interesting happened. I'm going to guess probably no, but maybe. Weird things have happened. So, alright. So, nothing too weird. Let's look at our mail, see if anything else often happened. Nash doesn't think listed as charismatic. Okay. Yeah. That's about it. So let's just see. Let's see here. Creative meeting. Yeah, Booker T, Flair, Kanyon, Steiner, Vampiro. Mysti, Kaz, Helms, Jindrak, and Vampiro are all hot. These guys are all not. Next big things are AJ Styles and Jordan Cole. And yeah, that's about it for now. Next up is Fall Brawl. What does Fall Brawl usually have? Right. So maybe that Horseman beatdown was there for a reason. But yeah, I think, yeah, that's about it for all. Now, just for a quick look, here's been our size tracker. So yeah, we've been slowly building ourselves back up. But yeah, that's it for now. So, if you like the show, go ahead and give it a like. Comment on what you've enjoyed or don't enjoyed, or if you have any questions about the booking. And if you're enjoying this little project I've been doing, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. That's all for now. So, on the Fall Brawl and other fun, talk to you later. You have a good one. See you later. Adios.